Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video we're gonna be adding our game event. So with that said, let's go this. Alright, so let's get started and we're gonna try to add our game event over here, which is pretty much it's pretty straightforward. All we're really doing is just creating some kind of branch index. So pretty much like we have my index over here, which describe which sound effect you were playing from the previous video. And oh, it's upwards, not downwards. Here it is. Just describe which one it is. And it's gonna have the same thing for our game over here. So let's get our game index going here. Game index. So let's put event. This is the first index we're gonna have. Is gonna be event. Start screen. This start screen is going to be equal to 0. Then event is going to be game run. It's going to be the main one. It's going to set it to 1. And going to do event, which is going to be set over 2, and the last event it's going to be game over. You might add more or remove it. I don't know. So just try it out. At least those are starting values over here. And so we have that set. And now I want to go down here under our reset over here and store y2. Did I create the values? Let me come here and check this out. Oh, I haven't done it. So game index. So first is going to be our event index. So let's set this to 1. It's going to be memory position C5. And we're going to want to have an event timer as well. Some of this events going to require some kind of timer to work with. So C6. Save this. So everything is working. Let me just go down where I was and store that just as game index. So let me save, let me run, see if everything's working. Let me no error. Oh, I did an error. Let's see what is this. Oh, not game index, my bad. Event index. Alright, so now everything's working. Let me save it. And let me come down over here. So right after you start our timer, you're gonna do our event, and event's pretty much just gonna be in comparison of our index values. So we're gonna load a to our event index, and you're gonna do a quick branch. So branch equals 0. Oh, actually, just gonna compare first with 1, or we're gonna compare with event game run, which is 1. Branch equals 0 to our P0 input. That's the easiest one because this is the game you're running. I don't want anything else to stop this, our inputs and everything else that it is happening over here. So we're gonna have so this is the game run, and the other one that we have is the game start screen. That's what it's called. Event game start screen, which is 0. But all we're doing is branch not equal 0, and we're gonna skip this area over here. So we're gonna skip to next event to event game run. So a big name over here. Skip event game run. So shorten it up a little bit. So it's going to skip to here. Otherwise, we're going to do the jump to a different part of the code over here. So let me just save this. And let me start comment over here. So this is check if it is on the start screen. Save this. Skip. Actually, let me put something like event. Okay, so this event. Check if the game is set to run, something like that. Alright, so let me save this. So I got this part down. And let's see where you want to skip our index in case it is on start screen. And I'm gonna go over start screen at some point, but for now, if I run our game over here, and I forget to press F1, which, you know, I don't know what it corresponds to. Let me see. Which one is it? Which is select F1 and you reset F2, so nothing happens. So let me exit menu. I'm pressing both buttons right now. Let me see if I press F1. Oh, so here it is. So you can see right here on the screen over here that was pressing at least F2 and F1. And those correspond to the select and the game reset. So I'm gonna have some small screen at some point, which is gonna have the characters when to start and so forth. So it was normal to those games at those times. So let me close that. So that's the whole idea. So if this set up to 1, which is initially over there, then this is just gonna run the game. But if it isn't, I want to skip this input part, so we're gonna skip all of this. So let me come over here. Split the throw. Gonna skip all of this part over here. So exit input, and then we're right here to the super condition. So I want to skip that too. I don't want no supers to run. And here's the ball. And here is the other stuff. So for now, let's just exit to chord line over here. Or let's see, I could put another label down here. You know what, let me do that. So let's call it another label. So what I'm gonna call it, it's gonna be the exact same line, but you know, it's not gonna be on your file. So it's something useful for us. So what I'm gonna call it, game run part 1, because there's gonna be other ones. Let's see, event game run this is the, let's go up over here. Is this the vertical blank? Yep, it's vertical blank. The overskin is the bottom one. Game run vertical. I'm just gonna call it VB. So let me copy this. Actually, just gonna vertical blank. So if you see the code, you know what it's all about. So let me go back up. So here at the top, where is the, okay, so jump, vertical blank. So if I were to come over here, which I have to do the overskin as well, and let's remove this instead of 1 to our reset file, which I keep skipping. Let me comment this out really fast. So now it's 0. Oh, apparently I skipped a little too much. Let me go back and just move the code down a little bit. So let me come over here. Let's see the part which I skipped. So all the trail part, and it's quite possibly just inputs, throws, player 1. This is our jump. This is for player 1, exit inputs. Skip chord lines. Alright, so let me put over here. So it's gonna. Oh no, wait a minute. Oh, I see. So 1 second. Alright, so a little error of mine. I'm not gonna skip to here. I'm gonna just skip to exit input, which makes sense. So you exit all the input. And I don't have to skip that part where the missiles, which is the middle of the screen, every other frame is gonna change the position. So instead of jump to that position, jump to exit input. So let me run this. Oh, and of course, I think I didn't reset this or comment it out. So now as you see, let me press Control to show you guys. My player is not really running at all. So I have to fix two things for here. One is this super, and the other one is this player facing the other way. So let's just fix that. So over here, before we jump, FF and start that player 1 reflect, and load 0 and store that you use super on screen. So if I do that, as you see, it works, and nothing is occurring right here. Player is facing that way, the ball isn't moving, which you're gonna have to. Actually, let me just fix that too. So store that to ball X, store that to ball Y. I don't want the ball on the screen. And here it is. So now the ball is nowhere, it's just the players. So let me close, save this. So the part's gonna draw. And let me just check if I actually need. Let me see if the timer is running down. It is. So we want to also to skip the overscan part. So let's come over here to overscan. Here's our timer. We're gonna again skip all of that. Our ball, our timer over, time exits, super. And we want, how far can we go? Well, we can keep the sound. Yeah, just come over here. So just to the exit odds part. So let's do that. The same thing as before. Let's come over here, all the way to your timer over here. Actually, let me just put events. So let's game event index. Let's see. Compare with the value event came on screen. Branch not equals 0, so we want to do the inverse. To skip event start screen overscan over here. So let me copy this. This is over here. Else just jump to exit odds over here. So that's the first one. Check for start event. So this is all set. Let me run it. So now the clock, as you see, is not ticking down. So when I'm gonna press F1, which is the game select, the game is actually gonna start. And I'm gonna do that for a few reasons. But that's the whole idea for at least this game event. So you see 0, it's nothing. And if I come over here, let's comment that part out. So it is now set to 1, which is right over here. Save this. So now my players actually is moving around, so the game is running, so everything is going smoothly. So here's the player, here's my super. So everything is working perfectly. So that's the whole point of the game event. Let's see how much time they have. So that's okay. So I think I have to play in time. Let me add something else. So we got that part down. So actually, let me put event. So this is the input over here. Copy here. Put the same thing over here. So event, game events. I comment this part later. So I can just remove it for now. Okay. So let me save. And should I come over here and let me come over here. Where was I? Came to my VSS file over here. And you want to, let's just do the preset part. So let's do that. And you want to come to our switch B user controller and switch A user port. So A is the joysticks and B is the console switch. So that's what you want. I'm gonna do a excuse me. We're gonna do a bit comparison to our switch B files to check which one is gonna be the switch for the reset and which one is gonna be the switch for the game reset and select. So let's do that right over here. So not inside the frame. Right over here. So let me save this. And actually just bring up the Stella manual for a second. Alright, so I have my Stella documentation PDF file open, which I don't have here under the description over here in my header file. Which if I come over here, you'll see the first bit corresponds whether or not the game is set to reset. And the 0th bit and the first bit, so the first and second, however you want to call it. So 0 is pressed, so you want to check whether or not those two, when is the game reset set and when is the game select set. So let's do that. So we're gonna first do a left shift. We can do a LDA either or, so left shift, right, logistic, shift right. So here we're doing a shift to the right. And we're gonna do our CWB over here, and this value is gonna be on a carry. Print if the carry is clear, which 0 is pressed, to let's say game, which one 0, reset was pushed, because the one, well, at least the Atari that I have is the push down lever instead of a button. So the game reset was pushed, not resetted, game reset was pushed. Otherwise, let me clear, so 0 was pressed. Otherwise we're gonna get out of there. Yeah, actually I can do game set was not pushed. Was not pushed. Let's do that. Was not pushed, and just put the code over here. So let me comment this over here. Game reset part. And what we're doing over here, I'm just gonna load a value. Let's say 1. Reset. Actually, what I want to do in game reset is jump over to the reset over here. so the game is being reset every time. So let's do that. And your game select part, game select part, which is gonna be almost the same. I'm gonna load A with 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. Oops, too much. There it is. Gonna be bit comparison with your switchboard B. But integral 0, well, not 0, to game select was not pushed. I think this was not pushed. Not pushed. Copy this. Go over here, and here I'm doing is load game run is 1. So load and store that to our game event index. So let me save this, see if it works. Okay, let me save this and see what the error is. So 1 second. Alright, so the only error that I have over here, just have one too much, one of this extra underscore over here, so it was getting an error. So here is my game, which whenever, for whatever reason, every time I go back, I always keep forgetting to comment this out over here. So let's do that. Nothing's working. If I press F2, as you see, the screen kind of go crazy. If I hold it, you see it's under 43 cycles. But if I press F1, as you see, my player is running, and we got our game event going right now. So here's reset. Can't do anything. Press F1. So let me try this with control, see if it works. Control F2, it resets. Control F1. Oh, going crazy over here. But as you see, it's working right now. So that's the whole thing. Whoa, there is some bugs over here that I'm gonna work it out. As you see, the ball doesn't come, but I will fix that parts later. And that's pretty much gonna be it for this video. So now that we have our resets in most of your games event, which I have to go to the other ones when that game set ends or game score ends, I'm gonna have to use the timer as well. Well, I'm gonna leave that to the next video. And the next video, so just gonna finish it off all the events, and just gonna leave it at that. If I have some time, I want to add something here to this gray area at some point too. So if I finish that, then I can go work on some other areas. But we're getting most of the meat of the game done already. So let me close this out, and that's gonna be it. And thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, feel free to subscribe, and see you guys next week.